Hey everybody! Hey! Good to see everyone. I know we've been gone for a couple of weeks now. Well, yeah, but that's okay. Work happens, life happens. We are here today, and that's what matters. We are joined once again with our wonderful cast here: Patrick, Sam, Charlotte. Braden is away tonight, and also Tara's away tonight, and that will be. But we are here. That will be fine. We're going to continue back off where we left with. As I turn Spotify down here just a little bit, pick back up where we left off with uh, the ice giant. The ice giant, the ice giants. I'm certain. I don't want to have to retcon the name there. The ice
Okay.
giant rehearsal for the what was it? The international uh, metropolitan aerobics championship. That's close enough to what I called it. That they are preparing for um, in their ritual sort of aerobics dojo that they have slash Stonehenge, pseudo Stonehenge uh, site that they have here in the tundra that our adventurers unknowingly made camp at in order to shelter from the storm. And here, and the ice giants made camp basically right on top of them, um, which is unfortunate. But in the midst of the planning, trying to hide from them, our one intrepid brave adventurer, Ivy, played here by Charlotte, has decided to present herself as a performer, as an avatar of their what was it, Ivy, as like I'm getting
Yeah, I'm
close.
like I'm a wandering minstrel.
Mm-hmm.
I like seek the music of the jazzercise. I try to go to the
Jazzer, yep.
different like tribes that practice
Mm-hmm.
to, just like find it new to inspire my music
Mm-hmm.
and to just create, man.
Yes, and that is what you have told. That is the story you have told to Grimegard, who is the leader of the Ice Giant clan that is practicing today or tomorrow, or I guess it will be this morning. Last night you sort of
I slept
won
so well and so many pelts. I
in
had
so
so
many
many pelts.
pelts. So very warm. Not to mention the heat of the woolly mammoths and they would have dire wolves with them as well. Just pets, other sort of animals that accompany them. Also, if the woolly mammoths break away, you have to have some sort of giant herding animal, herd dog like animal that could assist in order to get them rounded back up without too much trouble. Um, but yes, you have won a chance to not get eaten, um, uh, I and to uh, basically prove yourself um, worthy of the their minimum respect, which is allowing you to live. Um, uh, by helping them in their marathon rehearsal for their routine in the morning, which is again their preparation for this competition, which they have thought they had kept secret um, from the world. But Zen did espy one ice giant practicing in the blizzard, in the tundra, when you were making your way to the abandoned mall. What you discovered was the abandoned frozen mall. Um, and so that's a big taboo. They found out about it in order to be grateful for sharing that information. Hilda, I think it was Hilda. I believe her name was Hilda. Um,
That sounds right.
uh, to be thankful for that information, he has gifted you with this chance. It is a marathon. I think I said something like 12 hours of dancing and music playing. Uh-huh. Yeah, good luck. They are not stopping. That is the plan. Meanwhile, Cassie and Doyle and Zen had dug away Bugs Bunny style through the snow in order to try and get as far away from the camp as possible. And they have achieved that, not without some uh, cold snaps to some circuitry and some visions of uh, vector uh, vector pyramids and not not exactly fun things, and also visions of um, non-vector pyramids, or at least some sort of royal scene that Zen was privy to in his dream. Um, which I don't know. Well, I mean, to me, I'm significantly realizing something that is different about all of these visions, but it hasn't yet. I don't know if the characters are aware of the differences now, because especially now y'all haven't had that conversation. I'm jumping ahead. I ramble. This is what I do. But you have slept very well. I'm certain that the koala bear that you met, Larry the koala bear,
Oh
um,
yes, Larry.
Larry the koala bear did not sleep. Well, I mean, he's a koala bear. He has plenty of fur. He's meant for the tundra, so I'm sure he's fine. But he is. You do know he is another NPC that you met. He was out here chasing the blizzard in order to harvest the sugar snow, which is the sugar snow that they use for in the making of their cola. Um, I can't believe I did that. Um, but yeah, this is the retroverse that happens regularly. Um, yeah, he is captured. He is designed to be their main meal. And um, as you awake, Ivy, you are bundled in this just the warmest, softest mountain of pelts you could have ever assembled. It is you are awoken by a horn, a loud sort of like battle horn sound. So it's I guess a little bit of a start, but then it's like the pelts. Um, and I guess I should ask I, where, because I in the sort of downtime of in between sessions, Doyle and Cassie, the professor and Penelope. Let's not forget those two.
Oh yeah, they're
Yep.
there.
Would have been able to get far enough away to make camp or rest for the night. How did that happen for you all? And let's just, I'm just basically allowing free flashback picture painting for this.
I mean, I imagine after Cassie had a bit of a malfunction, um, we decided that we needed A, warmth, and B, air to be a more regular occurrence. So, I think that odds are we took the calculated risk of maybe popping up out of the snow a little earlier and setting up camp, like, you know, still maybe in shouting distance to the giants, rather than making it the full way we were planning to, and just hoping that the snow covers us enough that we're not found. That's my take on it. I'm happy to be contradicted by Cassie.
No, I think that's all probably more or less how it went.
No, I think that's fair too. And I think you took advantage of the initial plan, which was to sort of hide the tent and also somewhat insulate it with like surrounding snow
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cover it up. But you are definitely also close enough to be startled, awoken by the sound of a battle horn at the crack of ass in the morning.
That also sounds right. Yeah.
Mhm. You by this point, the just awareness, the comprehend languages would have definitely faded away by after it fades away after an hour. But so you are woken not only to Battlehorn, but the specific sound of Rhymegard speaking in Giant, basically going over. Um, it's just a long monologues. It's orders. You hear the sound of um, mammoths trumpeting. Yes, trumpeting as they are being led uh, to erect um, uh, poles, and they are in order to make more room in the deep bowl of the sort of ritual dance space to make room um, for their rehearsal. Um, the professor is busy trying to um, snap instead of like making a fire, which would be the worst thing you could do in this situation. He is snapping uh, real quick, like self-heating MREs rations that he brought in, like for the last resort sort of situation. Um, and he snapped a couple of them in order to divide out basically a half portion to everyone in the tent. Um, which I guess it does. Cassie, do you as a synthetic have any? Are you like fully robotic? Do you consume any biomass at all?
I think I do, but I don't necessarily need to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let me see if I can't get more info to double check that what I'm remembering from the handbook is correct. But I think it's like, you can consume organic material, but you can also survive more or less without it, or at least for
Mm-hmm.
like extended periods of time without it.
Okay. Okay. Well, he will make one for you just in case because he is at least familiar enough with the with as a retroversologist, he's at least familiar enough with the various forms that synthetics can take to know that it is possible, and that in some cases it mightn't even be necessary to consume organic material. But he sets them up. It is basically those continental breakfast hotel eggs that that you always find like at the buffet at a hotel.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are like
Mhm.
these were definitely powder before I woke up. Um,
Oh.
you know, but hey, it works. Um, it is and they are, but he fixes them up. He brought a little pouch of spices of like paprika and things like that to sort of make them a little bit not as bland. Um, but it is they are an enjoyable breakfast for you. Ivy, you are greeted with your own eggs, um, penguin eggs.
I was saying, what kind of eggs? Okay.
Penguin eggs. No, they're penguin eggs.
Okay.
And basically, you have watched. Um, they, there's they're not. I should say, Ice Giant cooks are not like the most not clean but thorough. You do find a bit of shell in some of your eggs, but you can imagine this is probably okay for them because the shells would be so small, like the fragments would be so small, like what would they
Yeah.
notice? But penguin eggs are tiny. So you can only imagine that there's this giant with like a little, like 2 sticks maybe trying to crack them open in some sort of comedic scene there.
How many eggs do I have?
Oh God. How many eggs do you have? Well, considering that they've never cooked for a human-sized portion before, they said about half what we eat. That's fine, right? That's enough, right? So you have this
Too many eggs.
just I would say if we let's take a chicken egg, right? Let's say, and this is me extrapolating. Well, actually, I guess it would be about chicken egg size, right? Yeah. I would say roughly 14 is about right.
Okay.
Roughly 14 eggs is pretty good, Patrick. That's pretty good. So it's just eggs.
I mean, if I can sort of like continuously pick at it throughout the day, like they'll let me kind of keep it by me while I'm playing,
Yeah.
that might actually help.
As you eat, there's a slight sort of sharp flavor, and I'll be honest with you, they're a little pungent.
Okay.
And it's not the sulfur. But there's a sharp flavor. It tastes very good. As you move through it, you think it looks similar to like a cheesy omelet, but this is not like any cheese you've had before.
So there's something else with the eggs that's pungent, that's cheese-like, but is not cheese.
You suspect it is the cheese. Upon like further tasting. You've never
like
had
mammoth cheese?
Yes, that would, and then it hits Ivy. Then it's like, this is this is mammoth cheese. That's
I'm thinking to myself, whoa, I can't wait till everyone back at the camp had tried mammoth cheese for the first time. It was pungent.
It pairs well. It's not bad, right? It's just it's unique, I should say. It's like eating durian for the first time.
Oh, I still haven't tried that.
It's I will tell you what, the fruit stinks. It stinks.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah,
it does. There is a pungent smell. It is.
It is so...
There was durian ice cream at the Essex Street Market, and I was so
you should ask for a sample and take a big whiff.
Oh my god. Okay.
But so it's a similar experience to that, and I look forward to hearing you try durian ice, especially the ice cream, because the ice cream is different. I do like I did like it when I tried it at this like little rolled ice cream spot one time. But you as you get yourself sort of get your gear together, you're sort of prepping. I guess also mentally for this, as you.
Oh yeah, I will. What does the hyper water do again?
The hyper water. That's a good question. The hyper water
it was like an energy drink, right?
Yeah, it's basically an energy drink or coffee. It's very, it's whatever stylistically you want to call it. I think basically just saying it is like it's just magical energy drink. Like coffee and energy drinks do exist in this universe, but this is like a magical version of it.
I have one. So I'll drink it at my first like flagging moment, depending on how I'm doing.
I think that's all right.
It's in the bag. It's ready to go. We'll I assume it's kind of like a standard can size, like a monster.
Yeah. Just like just like that standard like 16 or 500. Well, yeah, like 500 milliliters. Kind of. We're just looking at like a big old can here. So to remind everyone, what hyper water does. It counts as a potion. It's common. Um, this brown water is made by highly skilled alchemists who roast rare beans and somehow create a, well, in this case, we'll call it magical, concoction that can boost even the most mundane people. When you drink this liquid, you can instantly use one hit die to recover hit points equal to your roll. Additionally, you can ignore the effects of your highest level of exhaustion for 8 hours, excluding
Hey,
death.
oh,
Yes.
that's great.
It is very good. It is very
Great.
good.
Yep.
However, this concoction, I'm just ignoring some flavor text. Because of this, you can only benefit from 2 uses before finishing a long rest. Additionally, the creation must be fresh. In this case, it's canned for your convenience.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so there you go. That's
So
what it is.
two uses before a long rest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you don't want to get too jittery,
Yeah.
and like crash out. But yeah, that's Hyperwater, baby.
Okay, cool. I will keep it when it's when the time has come.
The time has come, indeed.
Maybe like 5 hours in or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
As you're taking stock of your inventory, and let's say making whatever electronic fader dial based adjustments to your keytar, you feel a sort of a rush of cold air and like intruding light from outside that is quickly shadowed over. As you look towards the entrance of the tent, you can see Rheimgard sort of his full figure standing in this extreme and tall tent opening. As he looks in and just to make sure you're awake,
Yeah.
and he sort of just like just and then just nods and then goes back to what he's doing. Meanwhile, I guess Zen is more just has woken up and I guess will calm in that he is awake to everyone, and that he's staying safe and low and basically trying not to be in the way, discovered, or put in danger. What are Cassie and Doyle's plans for this? I believe that that portion of the party is aware of what's going to be happening, right? Over the course of the next sort of half the day.
Yeah, I mean, whatever Ivy's been able to communicate to us. Um, I don't know if like, do we want to keep tunneling away so that when Ivy has to make her escape, she has somewhere to like bolt to? Like, do we have an idea of where we need to go?
I guess something we could do is try and like discreetly scout the area, see like where the stage is being set up and everything, so that like we can try to have a plan to give her an exit closer to us. Because I like what you're thinking. Like having an exit plan for her is definitely our responsibility at this point. We did kind of abandon her a little bit, a little bit intentionally, but you know. Um. So yeah, I think that our best bet would probably be to get the lay of the land and see where we could be that would be most useful if things go wrong.
Okay. Are you just wanting to basically do a perimeter? Uh,
Initially, yeah, I
mhm.
think I would initially say a perimeter is a good idea. See where it seems like they're setting up any kind of like I don't know, stage or where it seems like the people leading the jazzercise exercise will, or the jazzercise ritual will be,
Okay.
because that's probably where Ivy's going to end up.
So let me pull up the stat sheet for the imps because they can turn into other creatures. Because what I could do is send out an imp disguised as a bird or something. I forget what it is they can turn into. I think one of the things is a raven, but let me double check. They can turn into a rat, a raven, or a spider. So I could send out an imp in the form of a raven and use my my special vision, which is called a thing that I will find. What is that trait that I picked up? Is it the scan? No, it's not the scanning site. There's their eyes. I can
Yeah.
see through their eyes.
Right.
So yeah, I could send out an imp in the form of a raven, have it kind of fly around the whole area and like see through their eyes what everything looks like, and then relay the information to the rest of the team and
Yeah.
kind of come up with a plan that way.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So why not then? If you're going to use your imps for that, for flying around, let's do that. I'll feed you information, kind of first at this moment. So as your imps are sort of flying around the perimeter, you have the height advantage to be able to see over the tents, over all the giants, because their sort of tent city that they've erected, their camp, does occlude a lot of what's happening in the center, which is where they have basically created this campsite around this bowl. You're able to see that they are shoveling away the snow, more of the snow inside of the bowl that had accumulated overnight. You can see. I think I said there were like something like 5 or 6 of these huge stone tablets set into the sort of the slope of this bowl. It's flat in the center now, you can tell, and they have chiseled away and broken up the soil and the permafrost here, and they have basically taken huge bags of huge bags from off of their mammoths, and they have sliced them open with either their axes or their knives or uh, uh, trophy swords, trophy claymores from conquests past, but using them basically like letter openers, right? Sliced open these bags, and they are dumping out sand, and we're talking about tons of sand that they are spreading over um, the floor of this sort of ring. Um, Evenly, they're taking mammoths with like logs dragging behind them to sort of evenly pull it around and across, in order to get a good spread. And then they are taking vertical tree trunks, and they are just basically stomping it and packing in the dirt, to make it sort of a workable floor for their dance routine. You can also see the cage with that. I guess Ivy it might have. Did Ivy tell them all about
I don't
the?
know if I had a way to relay anything at any point, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, that's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You see a cage with a number of creatures inside, mostly penguins, one polar bear. You see, all of the mammoths sort of like that aren't being used currently, sort of corralled in their own little spot. The ones that are more, I guess, pack animals. There are some personal mammoths that are just hanging out by the by some certain odd tents. Um, you see a little hand waving out from underneath the saddle of one of them, and you recognize that as Zen. Um, and yeah, that's kind of your point of view. They just seem to be prepping, not necessarily constructing a. I guess they are constructing a stage, but you don't see any like building material. Like they're not making like a wooden platform or anything. You do see a bunch of musical instruments being pulled out. These are mostly huge timpani, um, timpani-sized drums, or even larger in some cases, that are just sort of being set in a circle. You see some long mammoth tusk looking horns that seem to be made out of mammoth tusks. Um, Stone mallets to use on the, or bone mallets to use on the drums. Um, Not necessarily. You don't see any like high tech instruments. Like you don't see a boombox or anything. None of them are like, they're mostly all, they seem Neolithic, uh, for the most part, which I think signifies sort of like the ritualistic pseudo religious aspect of this whole rehearsal. Now for Doyle, as you're making your way around the perimeter, because you're not an inconspicuous bird, I would like you to make a stealth check, please.
Yeah, makes total sense. Luckily, that is one of the things Doyle is actually good at. That is a 16.
All right. You are able to um, sort of slink around these dunes of snow, drifts, if you will. I guess is a better way to describe it. Um, and whatever giants are not participating in the dance are guarding. These seem more, I guess, heavily armed and armored than the other. This is the same sort of like perimeter guard you ran up against as you were kind of escaping, tunneling your way out the night before. They seem extra vigilant. There is no blizzard happening at the moment. They are eyes peeled, just alert as they ever could be, in order to make sure you could guess that no one else comes in and discovers what they're doing or spying. Every once in a while, you'll see them point off in a direction, and if you look in the direction that they're pointing, you'll either catch like an animal, like I guess like a random wolf. Once you do see a large Remmer Raz or a Remmer laser, in this case, that they have spotted, that seems to be peeking and looking at the camp, but is staying away. A One of those is no match for an ice giant. They would be quickly overwhelmed. It imagine you fighting a house cat. That is about the difference in in power that we're looking at. Which, I mean, house cats. But anywho, yes, that's kind of what you gather. There is, all of them are speaking in giant still. So there's no real auditory information you get, except for Rhymeguard. who enters the tent to speak to you, Ivy, once you're ready, and says, "We are prepared for the ritual. The the floor of the rehearsal space is almost ready. The instruments are all set up."
Hell yeah, let's go.
He gets down. He crouches down once again, mirroring the first time you met him last night. He says, "Now, little one, I want you to know that you are growing on me, but if you do not pass this test, I cannot guarantee your safety."
I understand. Don't we worry about a thing, my guy.
Right. I am bound by the laws of our clan to keep this secret, and I will do what is necessary. And then with that, he sort of turns
Hey,
away, opens the flap, and looks right back at you and says, "Steel yourself for the coming test."
can I bring one of the pelts with me to wrap,
Uh,
to stay warm?
oh no, we dance in the cold air that we were born in.
Cool. All right. Wait, am I dancing too? I thought I was just playing.
You are, yes, you are just playing. You're not dancing, but it it's not they you gather that any attempt to sort of mitigate the exposure, to mitigate your exposure to the rigorous trial you're about to undergo
It's fine.
would be
I'm sure
looked
they're
upon.
gonna build. You know what? They're gonna build up heat,
Mm-hmm.
and I will feed off of their heat. Their bodies are so huge.
There you
I
go.
trust I'll be okay.
There you go. That's the way to think about it. That's the way to think about it. Okay. So, you are sort of led to the sort of band section, right? And there are a number of giants here. You have four that are stationed on these just huge timpani-sized pelt skin drum sets that are sort of just tightening up the the skin of the drum of their drums and just basically testing, looking for any cracks, any damages that may have occurred in travel. You have around, I would say, 6 people on the mammoth tusk didgeridoo looking horns.
Cute.
Um, and then in the center of them, you have you see some barrels kind of in crates kind of like constructed that look like a little makeshift platform with like some little steps that they've sort of, that I guess Rhymeguard sort of assembled to be like, oh, well, I guess you could step up here and get on top of it. But he points a huge cold icy blue finger at this one barrel and says, "That is where you will stand and play for the entirety of the day."
Cool.
Um, he does bring out. He barks an order and snaps his finger at a giant who wheels a who sort of wheels over a a stack of things that are covered in this like canvas like material with like loads of rope wrapped around it. And as they undo it, um, you you see just a huge stack of speakers that are that have been just I guess in their possession. Maybe it was a conquest that they like raided some unfortunate traveling tour bus or tour van or whatever. But he wheels it over and they park it right next to you. Um, and one of the giants like daintily hands over um, hands you over a jack, like a cable, to plug your
Very
guitar
funny
into this
image.
stack. And then, and he's searching for he's searching for he has the plug in like one hand and he's looking around and then he pulls the cover off of um, another item that was also brought over there, and it's basically a gas generator. And he plugs it up there, and he takes it. It's like a thimble in his size. This big what if you were lugging around like a jerry can, and basically tips it over into the little inlet um, inlet opening for the gas on the gas generator, and then he like takes his thumbnail and very gingerly flicks it on, and you hear it sort of running up and whirring, um, and the speakers sort of crackle and give a little feedback as they power on, and the other giants are sort of like done tuning themselves, and they watch you sort of like plug your guitar in, and they're just sort of waiting. Um, Meanwhile, in the ring in front of you, you have a number of giants that are doing stretching, just sort of like some minor calisthenics before the dance. Um, and then you see Rheimgard um, taking position on the opposite side of the, let's call it the arena, right, from where you are. And he is staring he's staring east, and far east you can see the huge mountain range of the Acer Peaks. And they are direct east of where you are. There's a cleft there's a cleft in there in the range that creates like a deep V between these two mountains, a deep valley, and the light is very slowly brightening in that direction um, as the sun begins to rise, and Rheimgard is like holding his hand up and like has a horn to his mouth, and from this you can imply that he is waiting to see the first light of the sun before they actually begin. So you have a few moments, a few minutes. If there's anything you need to do or need to say or need to worry about.
I don't think. I mean, I just the instrument is tuned. The hyperwater is ready to go. I brought my eggs with me to eat throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I have my +1 I have a point of inspiration just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll send a quick text to Zaddy and let him know I'm about to be out of commission for 12 hours. So I'll just let him know.
Because you answered him so reliably before.
Yeah, right.
He's definitely going to get worried if you don't pick up immediately if he texts or calls.
I'm saying I'm being very consistent in my chaotic alignment tendencies here. So I sent him a little texty poo.
A little texty poo.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, you know what, fuck it. He sends a quick reply. He says, that's okay. I have all the time in the universe. Literally those words.
Dead.
And and it is as you read that, as you get to the end of that statement, which ends in an ellipsis, by the way, purposefully, with a little semicolon, close parentheses, winky emoji, or winky ASCII emo, is when a flicker of motion catches your eye, as Reimgard just slaps his hand down as like the sun just like hits you, the daybreak hits you right in the eyes, and his horn blows, and then you hear the drums start up first, and then you hear the horns sort of blare. And it is, I will tell you all, just like out of character, it is the opening riff of Maniac. And just striding, you see one ice giant stand up. You recognize it as Hilda.
Ivy is activating. She knows exactly what the vibe is.
Yes. She has on these mammoth fur leg warmers. And
what color are they?
They are. She has dyed them a neon blue. Which is contrasting nicely with her sort of icy blue skin tone. She has on this pink sort of like just vinyl jacket that just sort of cuts off right at her rib cage, which she takes off her makeshift headphones that she was listening to, and she's just very nonchalant, almost like not even like bothered, just like takes off the jacket and just like walks into the center of this arena in her sort of like jazzercise aerobics, onesie, which is this very contrasting the what am I trying to say? The neon blue leg warmers. It's like this bright, hot electric pink with like tiger stripes of like purple and also the same sort of electric blue. She has on a headband that is yellow and with these sweatbands on her wrists to match. And she waits for the sort of the drums and the horns to kick up. And then she just she gives you the most bombastic side eye, as if she's waiting for you, and she kind of squints impatiently.
I've started.
Oh, you've started? Oh, my apologies. Okay, there you go. All right, then there you go. Yes, then as soon as you hit the first notes of your on your guitar, she just bursts out into this just energetic.
Like I'm doing the.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. And there you go. My fault. As soon as you start that, she just explodes into energy and dance. And it is captivating. She is moving so fast and powerfully that every once in a while, when she just flicks her arms in your direction, you can feel the wind just sort of hit you. And as she's dancing, I need you to make. In fact, I need you and Cassie's imps to make a perception check.
A 6.
6. Well, that's fine. You're too engrossed in the music to notice at the moment.
That is there any... I don't know if I'm supposed to add anything. I'm looking at the imp stat block and I don't know if they have any modifier for that, but I rolled a 12.
Okay, that's enough for you to notice through their vision that the lettering on each of the stone tablets, the runic language, has started to faintly glow.
Mm.
So, and she continues this dance for much longer than the than the original song Maniac is. Imagine playing Maniac on a loop for an
Question.
hour. Yes, question.
If I'm looking through the imp's eyes and I see this,
Mm-hmm.
um, can I do an Arcana check to see if I can kind of guess what might be happening?
Sure.
Nope, never mind.
Well,
Nope, not gonna help.
that's okay.
You'll have 12 hours. You could probably try.
Yeah, you have plenty of time. Time
Rolls.
abundant.
That was a natural one. I'm gonna switch my dice out now. Thank you.
Oof.
Not a great way to start the session.
Well,
Off to a great start.
so, you, at this, it's an hour of playing. I will say at the end of this hour, you feel okay. Like it's not anything bad. Like this is just a normal day. This is like a normal performance length for you in terms of like playing guitar, even nonstop. Like that's fine, right?
Yeah,
like, there's no breaks.
I've definitely I've done even with jam sessions. Like I've done like 3. I feel like I can do 3-4 hours, no problem. Like
Yeah.
that, like 3-4 hours is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Sounds good. Good. Is there anything after this first hour of performance? Is there anything that Oh, I will say, Cassie and Doyle, you both do notice that during this, the guards at the perimeter are kind of busy, kind of often looking back
Good.
at the center of the stage. And
Excellent.
you can see, Cassie, that a lot of, because this is a very, very ingrained ritual for them, there are no giants that are not paying attention to this. If they, how am I wording this? If they aren't guarding, any giant in this camp is watching this scene and either participating in some way or being a respectful passive participant.
Observer.
Yes, passive observer.
Well, after Maniac, I feel like Danger Zone would be a good follow-up because it's kind of in the same tempo, BPM, if you will.
I think that is perfect. I think that's absolutely perfect. And so, basically, off your lead, Ivy, yeah, you transition right into the danger zone. You gotta take the highway to the danger zone. And Hilda finishes her dance set by being joined and flanked by two huge, burly giants that are in shorty shorts and like halters, and they are just crushing the dance floor as Hilda sort of makes her exit out of the arena. And these two giants, these two guys, they just start doing this like this mimicky mirror call and response sort of duet, a jazzercise routine to your chords of Danger Zone, and it's just hypnotic. Um, and as you're watching, the make me another perception check.
No.
Oh
No,
I got one.
you are lost in the music. You are lost in the music.
I am just like so in this zone. I'm like, I gotta go for 12 hours. I am pacing myself. I am like, yeah.
Those glasses are dope, by the way. I just want to say they're fantastic.
These are the jazzercise glasses.
Fantastic.
For this episode.
But you just lost in the music, and they are absolutely just destroying this set. Go ahead. I have taken your. I will say this. I've taken your experience with playing long sets into account. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution check.
Would I just be adding my Constitution modifier?
You would be adding your Constitution modifier. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
And I will say, this is.
I got an 8.
You can add your proficiency to this as well with these checks, just due to your experience.
Then it's an 11, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you feel fine.
Okay.
After going in towards the end of this, towards the middle and end of this second hour of playing. And as you're thinking about what song to transition to, if you're doing what song would you transition to? Because they're now letting you lead.
Yeah. Wait. So hold on.
I was trying to think of other songs with a similar BPM.
Yeah.
The first
You
one
can
that
even
came to
switch it
mind.
up. Like there's no need to.
Yeah.
You can make it faster. Rhymeguard seems impressed at the moment, or at least he's a little wary of like whether you will make it. But he's like, this works for our purposes.
I actually am gonna go. Take on Me is gonna be like is in the rotation, but I'm gonna go into Princes of the Universe next. That's also kind of. It's like kind of in the same.
I like that.
We'll do that one, and then maybe we'll like calm it down a little bit with Take on Me afterwards, and then go into Mickey.
I love that. That sounds perfect. While we work on that, let's take a quick little break. Let's be back in like 5 minutes, and then we'll be back here.
Thank you, guys.
Very work.
Oh, these songs are gonna be stuck in my head.
Hey, Hablo, welcome to the stream. Rest of the cast is kind of on break right now, but they'll be back soon. We just take some regular breaks during the session just to just give everyone some time to go get something to eat, use the restroom, whatever they need to do. But they'll be back in like a couple of minutes. But how are you? Welcome. Nice to see you. Right now they are in the middle of a well, it's frost giants, but they are we have named them ice giants, and they are in the middle of a sort of a ritual dance rehearsal that one member of our party is assisting them with. Let me see here. We're almost back. Just waiting on one more. Brought my special sort of icy blue dice for this one. And it is a kind of a stressful performance because survival is on the line. If things go wrong, the ice giants on will turn on them in a hot second. And this character she's playing an icon. If you're familiar with the Lasers and Liches supplement, um, they're a class that you can basically kind of do anything with them. They're kind of like a mold, do what you want class, with basically elemental powers. Kind is heavily implied or inspired off of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, with some extra elements in there like code, beat, dazzle, sire, other things. But she's also a musician, so that is like her other thing. So a kind of bard-ish, but not necessarily a bard class. I think most of us are back. Let me double check. Are you guys back? Are we good to go back on? If y'all are fine. All right. Cool. Excelente. That's okay. That's all good. That is all good. All right. Yes, where were we? I remember. Yes, we were in hour 3. So what was that song that the next song you wanted to transition
The
into?
Princess of the Universe is next.
Princes of the Universe. Okay. So, let me real quick. I'm just doing a grabbing some indeed. So as you start playing Princes of the Universe, you see Rhymeguard himself actually slide down into the arena, almost interrupting the duet that had been happening here. And they sort of, both of the Ice Giants stop, and they sort of like kneel before him, and then they just slowly, with bowed heads, back away up and out of the circle. And it is just a lovely dance that he starts to give. 1 second. Just trying to work on. Just to refamiliarize myself with this.
Oh, with the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been forever since I've heard this.
The chorus.
Yeah. All right. So it's his dance moves are almost ballet-like.
Ooh.
In like the undertone, sort of like following more the undertone of the song, and like the way it like melodically moves about.
Yes.
But it is a subtle as compared to the last two dancers who were explosive.
Yeah.
His is very restrained, and you can it is in that restraint that is so impressive. The way he has just minute control over every single motor function. He doesn't have to do much to impress anyone in his dance. He's been at this for decades. He's been the leader of this clan for years, and this is old hat to him. And it is about this time now, as you enter into the third hour, that the sun has broken from the top of the top, over the top of the, higher than the peaks, I should say. And the peaks are really tall. These are the tallest mountains on this side of the cube, right? But they've broken. It's broken that height, altitude, which gives better light onto the whole situation. Give me another perception check.
A 4.
Okay, you are lost. You're paying attention to him.
Yes.
But you can see, he has this this underglow about him that's starting to sort of grow. There's some reddish tint now on his face that wasn't there before.
Oh.
It's very cool. It almost like bathes him in this. The rest of his body has like this almost like purplish hue about it. He's not glowing, but the lighting has changed somehow. And there's just very light snowfall now, just flecks of snow just sort of flying past, twirling in the wind. And they make little, in the bowl of this arena, you also have noticed that you are only, whereas before there were like a number of ambient sounds that were happening in the camp, such as other giants talking or the mammoths trumpeting. You have heard nothing else. You can't even hear the wind that is bringing this snow in. Sometimes maybe in your ear, but it is the music that you are playing and that you are participating in and hearing from the other members of this band is just dominant, just eerily dominant. You do feel the tremors of any time he makes Reingard makes like a powerful like stomping move. Sometimes it's almost like he's transitioned from ballet to tango. It comes in little bursts, right? meanwhile, in this third hour, what are Doyle and Cassie doing? As Doyle, I will tell you that as this shift has happened, um, you can tell the guards are less, even less uh, uh, perceptive, or at least observant, or at least attentive. That's the word I'm looking for, than they were before.
Yeah. I mean, if they are being less attentive,
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe trying to set up some semblance of an escape route is the best option. Obviously, we still have comms on,
Mm-hmm.
so I think finding a spot that is close to the barrel that is not a stage and sort of like trying to set up some sort of escape there would be our best bet in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. I don't want to necessarily reuse the same gimmick too many times, but
Mm-hmm.
the easiest option might just be start working on a tunnel.
Fair enough. If you work on a tunnel, are you going to try to tunnel? I guess how close are you wanting to get to where she is?
I mean, obviously, I don't want to break the actual perimeter and go inwards because now the guards are mostly looking that direction,
Mm-hmm.
and like suddenly me scurrying back and forth with digging supplies and stuff might be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So also, I don't necessarily want to cause too big a distraction for Ivy, but I am gonna sort of go over comms and let her know that, like, hey, you know, 100 yards behind you at the edge of the dome, the edge of the bowl, I guess, we're setting up an escape hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, would be prudent, I guess, at least.
Okay, I I like.
If you need it,
I guess I hear
you
it, but
can run that way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I just sort of like do a more like aggressive nod
Uh-huh.
to show
Yep.
that I got the message.
Mm-hmm. Doyle, go ahead and make a perception check for me as well.
Here we go with
Oh
these.
no. Everyone has failed these so far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is 14 on the
Okay.
die, so that is 19.
Okay. You see, off to your right, a sort of a motion catches your eye. There's a bear in a cage,
Mm.
in this sort of like dome branched, sort of like Thunderdome looking cage with a bunch of penguins
Yeah.
in it. There's a bear in a cage. He has one paw sticking out of through the bars of the cage, and he is desperate. He's looking right at you, and
Oh
he
yeah,
is
he's trying to
desperately
get my
flagging you down. He is
Got it.
flagging you down, and he's looking over at like the guard that is next to him, who is paying attention straight at the arena. He's not looking
Okay.
outwards at the perimeter at all.
Not looking out at the perimeter at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not paying attention to the bear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think it might be time to enlist an ally to help me with digging, as this bear has paws and claws that are bigger than my hands,
He
and
fucking
also a
does.
fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just like sort of like and then creep towards the cage and see if I can
Mm-hmm.
just get him out of the cage.
Okay.
No discussion needed. Bear does not just do not just do not.
The bear says nothing. The bear, as looking at the guard, you go up to this cage. It is constructed of large branches, bones, mostly
Okay.
twine, hemp and rope. And by hemp and rope, I say they have taken regular rope, and they have twisted that together with other ropes to make a larger rope. So it is in order for them and their hands to be able to manipulate it more easily. But it is not necessarily of metal construction. There is a hatch on the other side, close to the inside
Oh,
of the of.
of course, it's on the other side.
Mhm. But
Okay.
you you wouldn't be able to squeeze through it. I mean, the penguins aren't even able to get out of it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'd be able to squeeze through it, but I might be able to strategically remove pieces
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
create a gap that the bear and the penguins could potentially get out through.
Sure, that sounds good. Go ahead and make me a stealth check, and then also make me a sleight
Hmm.
of hand check, and
Okay.
then um, while you're doing that, Ivy, I would like you to roll me another Constitution check. Don't get added proficiency here.
Don't add my proficiency?
Yes, yes, do add your
Oh, yeah.
proficiency.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. So I'm adding +7 to whatever I roll, just so
Yep.
everyone
No,
knows.
that's fine. Yes, that's perfectly fine.
That
That's
is
better. A dirty 20.
Very good. Very good. You're doing just fine. Uh,
that is
holding up.
a 15 on my stealth check.
All right. Very good. 15 on your stealth check. Yes.
Okay.
You're silently picking at these.
And a 22 on my sleight of hand.
Easy. You find a flaw in the construction and the design that allows you not. You don't even have to cut anything. There's some slack in the rope around the head of that you can sort of nudge it over the ball joint of this one femur, like mammoth femur that was
Hmm.
used to construct this, which creates
It's
a
a little
huge
smoother than they
Mm-hmm,
expected, so it was
mm-hmm.
able to slide when it wouldn't normally. Yeah, no.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. So you're able to just remove that whole chunk, and the polar bear can squeeze the koala bear
The koala bear.
can squeeze through, and then you just see a bunch of the penguins just sort of waddle up to it, and they sort of look at the little opening, and they're just sort of like hopping at it and sort of like scrambling, squabbling, falling over onto their heads as they sort of get
I
out of this cage.
Again, I like in just like forcefully just. I don't know if the penguins can even
No,
understand.
no, the
Doesn't
penguins
matter.
are kind of squawking.
Addressing the group, and I motion for the anybody that can understand to follow me.
The only
Anyone that
one,
can't, they're on their own.
the penguins are just marching.
If they want to follow me, they can. If not, I have no control over the penguins.
You don't. You certainly don't. They're doing their own thing. Some of them are just sort of waddling around the area. They don't know kind of where to go. Some of them are sort of forming a group and marching away. But the koala bear is following you, and he's like it's very anthropomorphic, kind of in it's almost human like. I
Yeah, yeah,
guess the koala bear gives off sentient vibes, I should say,
yeah.
too.
It's bear shaped but human souled,
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, there you go.
person souled, I
Person soul.
guess.
Yes, there you go. But the the bear follows you, and actually kind of as the snow is kind of picking up a little bit, he kind of positions himself between you and the camp. As you're moving
Camouflage
along,
naturally.
yeah.
I like it. Thank you.
So he's with you now.
Okay.
Let's see, Cassie, go ahead and give me another perception check or Arcana check on those that glow if you want.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh no.
My dice hate me today. That was another one.
Another one? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. E- every hour, as the music changes and the dance changes, there are certain sections of the tablets that are glowing red. It doesn't seem to
Okay.
be any particular order. It does seem sort of random, but certain key large images on these on the 6 stone tablets that are rounding this arena are glowing red. And right now, 3 of them have lit up. Speaking of 3 of them, we're going into I think hour 4. That's correct, hour 4. And you said we would Take on Me, I think was next, and then
Yeah, kind of, yeah, like
Mhm.
slightly
Okay,
get a
very
little poppier.
okay, a little poppier. As you transition into that, um, Rhyme Guard stays in the middle, in the center, and then a number of giants start to descend into the arena. More than a dozen, um, and they sort of stand on the perimeter, and they all dance the same routine, and it is very much more um, energetic, jazzercise looking than any of the rest of the dances have been, which probably exception to the very first dance. But they are sort of uh, doing what I can imagine. Uh, how to describe it? It is more of a dance in place.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes they will their moves will rotate the circle a little bit, shift it to the left, to the right. Sometimes the circle will close in around Rhyme Guard. Sometimes it will back up. He's kind of doing his own freeform thing in the middle. It is stylistically just more interpretive than anything else he's done. But that is the extent of kind of the routine you're looking at. Give me another con check.
19.
Perfect. You're fine. You are doing quite well. You're not even breaking a slack. In
I'm
fact,
feeling
you
that mammoth cheese,
got
man.
me that mammoth cheese, baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it has to be it. Which as you're entering this, you do feel you don't know whether it's like the brisk air. You don't know if it's just how used to long sets you are, or like it's your conditioning over as years of being a musician. You don't know if it's the mammoth cheese, could be the mammoth cheese, um, or if it's just you're so into what's happening that you just aren't thinking about whether or not you're tired.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but you don't feel like you're slacking up at all. Um, and you it is then that you notice, as you kind of take this like sort of check on your body, that you kind of come
Yeah.
into yourself and you were able to look around. You do notice now that the tablets are glowing kind of strongly.
Mm.
Most of the runic writing is blue, but some of the pictograms are glowing red. Others are not.
Mhm.
Some of them are. In particular, a pictogram of a figure with a crown on its head. growing. Is glowing red. There is one that looks like a is a more feminine um, figure that is glowing. There is a pictograph of two people back to back that is glowing, and then there is a pictogram a a how to describe it, kind of like a number of soldiers with spears and axes and shields in a line, like creating kind of a shield wall that is glowing.
Okay.
And those are the four that are glowing right now.
Okay.
And the air does feel different.
Okay.
So, um, I guess we're entering into hour 5 and Mickey. Hold on. Now I am unfamiliar with the song Mickey. Of the songs. Oh my God! Yes. Okay. Duh. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I think this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect.
They're all already out doing their line thing, so they can go into their.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. As Rhymeguard actually himself goes to the edge of the circle, and then you hear the drums absolutely kick up into a fervor, and you hear trumpeting from from outside of the ring, and you see there are giants leading this bull mammoth down through the camp into the arena. I'm not shitting you. Into the arena, and they are putting him in the middle. And there's this one giant with these two bone staves, wands that have like feathers on them, and he's just he looks like he's some sort of tamer or some sort of shaman like figure, and he's waving them about in like this very ritualistic motion. And the mammoth itself is like standing on its hind legs and bouncing up one and down and like doing this kind of like weird mammoth sort of like dance, like ritual dance, and it's like shaking its tusk about and like flipping its trunk. Yes, its trunk in the air, and like just sort of doing these like kicks and trumpets. It's not really in time with the music necessarily, but it is a spectacle, 100%. And it is during this dance that something catches your eye, and it's Rhymeguard actually stops dancing. And you see he's looking over his shoulder, and another giant is like beckoning him to come to talk to him. It is a giant you've seen before. It's the chef.
Oh my God.
And so Rhymeguard climbs his way out of the ring and goes to him, and they are talking very closely. You can't hear what they're saying because music's all around you. But as you're playing this, you notice another pictogram lights up, and it is a pictogram of a woolly mammoth.
Oh.
Lights up red.
Okay.
And as you look around and you take a quick count, there are 12 pictograms bisected on these stones. Some of them like the sort of the monarch looking figure and the army looking figure are on the same stone.
Interesting. Okay.
Others are not, and they're either on the upper half or the lower half, lit up. But yeah, you're moving into hour 6. So if you could give me another con check.
So at this point, like
Mhm.
I'm holding myself accountable. I don't know if I don't know if I should still have my proficiency bonus, as it were.
Um,
You.
I will tell you that it is not. Well, let me tell you this. Um, your proficiency bonus is applicable. It basically is your if you are proficient in making music or playing for long periods of time. It's not like you don't lose that
I
proficiency.
see.
That's
I
your
see.
that's your skill. You're not gonna like 1 hour
Oh,
be doing something and next hour, oh, I'm not as good at the thing that I was doing.
okay.
What
Okay.
is changing is how difficult it is to keep going.
I understand. Okay. Well, let's roll it
Mhm.
again.
Mhm.
Hey yo. 25.
Then you're fine. You're doing
Hey,
good.
I don't need that hyper water yet.
You haven't had it yet. Mentally, you do recognize that your body is beginning to become fatigued. Like you can start to feel your fingers kind of like getting a little crampy, you know. But
Mhm.
the stakes of the situation are definitely driving you on. And also the vibe, like the general vibe is just good for
Oh man, so
making
I
you.
think the next song,
Mhm,
I think, okay, it's either Let's Hear It for the Boy or
mhm.
Something by Madonna.
Okay, I like that. Think about it. Think about it.
Okay.
Give it a choice. We're
Okay.
gonna go to Doyle and Cassie. Cassie, what have you been up to for this sort of like marathon? Um,
I mean, I've been trying and failing to figure out what the hell is going on with
mhm,
all the glowing runes and stuff, but
mhm.
my I've been going through all of my files and nothing's coming up. Um, but I think, have we finished? Are we still like? No, we're not finished digging. That's why you have the. That's why we got the koala bear to help us dig.
I mean, it's not necessarily why, but it's definitely a benefit.
Oh, I know which one.
So I guess we're still working on that. Well, I don't know if you're back yet with the koala bear, but
Oh, it's been an hour. Yes,
Yeah,
he would definitely have
okay.
made it back. And I
and I
will take that also as like he's kind of he has been conversing with you to figure out if you are connected with Ivy. Like he's probably filled you in on some of the information that he has already given to Ivy.
yeah.
Um, Gave you his name, all that stuff, and he's also extremely thankful.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
We are going to do Let's Hear It for the Boy first, and then it's going to be Into the Groove by Madonna.
Mm.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Very good. So as you start up, let's hear it for the boy. Um, you you see um you see this this younger, not child age, but this younger um this younger couple of giants sort of step into the ring. It is Hilda, accompanied by this giant that Hilda just sort of like walks up into the audience and just grabs someone, and she's just pulling him into the ring, and she is dancing around him, dancing on him. She's also kind of like encouraging him to dance as well, and he's getting into it. He's sort of moving. Meanwhile, the rest of the giants that are around the perimeter of the circle are kind of assisting him in doing what he's supposed to be doing and providing a 360-degree sort of like instructional video sort of style of like helping guide him to where how he's also supposed to dance in this duet. Um, and it is similar to sort of a club dance routine, um uh in how he's supposed to move, um while Hilda is definitely leading this, but he is part of the ritual. And you notice, directly under the 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 single lone feminine pictograph, there is another pictograph of two giants holding hands, um, with a heart motif surrounding them, and it is glowing red now.
Mm. Okay.
And I need you
Hour
to
7.
make another one. Meanwhile,
I've done an hour.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Doyle and Cassie, yes, you are sort of working with Larry to dig this tunnel, and you're making progress. He is a burrowing creature and is able to dig deeper, more efficiently than you are.
I'm kind of just like trailing behind him, like occasionally poking air holes for us to keep things ventilated properly.
Is there now? This is sort of provided time for you to kind of get to. Is there any any questions? I guess he has questions as to what the hell you are doing out here, and like how you all got mixed up in this, and like how crazy your friend is. Also, I guess from his perspective.
I mean, he's not wrong. But also, I'm a little bit to blame. I don't know that I would fully admit that to a strange polar bear that I just met, but I mean, I feel like I probably wouldn't go into too much detail about the professor or the Furblin, but saying that we were out here on a research expedition with the professor and our transport home got disrupted, and so we were just trying to make it through the blizzard to to the temple on the other side of the mountain range is safe enough for polite conversation as we dig.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds really good now. I can help yous guys gets out of here. As quickly as soon as we I guess get your friend if she makes it, Like I never heard anyone play that long. I don't I'll be honest, I'm a little worried. Um because I was supposed to be their sort of main course, you know what I'm saying? You know, um, and that that might be a problem, if they come looking for me. But I guess we'll be prepared for anything that might happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's part of why we're setting up this escape tunnel, but
That's very true.
ideally we won't need it.
Yeah,
Ideally, she does this very well, and they gift her a mammoth and send her on her way, and then we have a mammoth.
that would be. You know
But
what? That'd be real good. That'd be swell. You know. I hope that's the case.
I mean, this is very far from what I expected. But ultimately, if things go south, either because you've been freed or because she can't finish the performance or anything like that, we're setting this up as a backup plan.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm all for it. I really am. Um, do you do you has do you all have any sort of radio equipment on you?
We have some basic communication stuff. Yeah, why?
Oh well, if no, I had a sort of harvesting troop that I was out here with,
Mm.
sort of getting the sugar snow. Um, I might could be able to get them a contact, just sort of radio into them, see if they're in anywhere nearby. Maybe they can give us some sort of assistance.
Why don't we check in with the professor, see if he's got anything that can be calibrated?
Okay, that sounds like a good time, boyo. But let me tell you something. Um, it might take a bit. I hope you don't mind me sort of disappearing.
I'm going to be honest with you, Larry. When I freed you, I didn't expect any kind of servitude from you. You're free to come and go as you please. Your freedom didn't come at a price here.
Hey, that is a good sign of friendship, eh? So sorry that I'm not gonna be able to help you dig anymore, but right now, but hey, if I can get to the friends, they'll be helping out in a pinch.
Yeah, and honestly, having that kind of backup also is just an extra layer of security. So, by all means, if you think that your friends can help, or even if they can't, you need to contact them. So let's go talk to the professor.
All right. So yeah, you all get back out. You head to the sort of radio. You talk to the professor. He can uh sort of contrive a sort of shortwave sort of radio setup with the equipment that he does have. Still has his scientific equipment. He's not leaving anywhere without it. But yeah, let me do a couple quick checks for Larry and the professor. Oh my God. Okay. Well, yeah, that's fine. The professor has no problem creating at whatsoever creating the what am I trying to say? The shortwave radio.
Yeah.
It is Larry who is is having issues sort of finding the frequencies. So that's going to take him a bit.
Okay.
But you think he at some point he should be able to. He tells you, "Oh, it's going to take maybe a good little while here for me to get in touch with somebody, but I'll find them easy peasy." Um Meanwhile, yes, Charlotte, did I ask you to make a check?
Yep, 23.
Perfect. Very good. Well, you were just rolling aces.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness. Um, because it is getting harder. Uh,
Mhm.
I will say, as you at hour 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're in hour 7 now.
Yeah, that's right. You
Next
are you
roll
are
will be for hour 8.
you are mentally starting to feel it.
Okay.
Um, and it will only be getting more difficult from here on out. Um, the
Maybe, I
the
mean, if we're going into hour 8, maybe I should take the hyper. I should go ahead and drink the hyper water.
I think that should be fine. If you want to
Yeah.
go ahead and take a quick sip while you're playing, you can do that.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this and drink it. Okay.
All right. You just chug that thing. Well, you chug a use of it, I should say. You
Yeah.
chug a use of it. You notice while you're drinking and like maintaining a sort of rhythmic keytar
Yeah.
uh
'Cause
sort of bridge.
are we in Madonna now?
Oh yes. Oh, we are in
Yeah, it's
Madonna now.
Madonna time. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
What's my next song gonna be?
And what was the Madonna song?
Get into the groove.
All right.
Get into the groove, get into the
Right,
beat.
that's right.
Me. That one.
Yes. That's right. I'm just trying to correlate the the lyrics um to the next pictograph. Just trying to
Yes.
make a choice.
Oh, and then we'll go into Smooth Criminal.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
One.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
And then the one after that's gonna be Unhinged.
Oh,
Like
wait.
that's not the name of the song. I just
No, I love that.
Hour 10, right? Hour 10.
You as you move into the groove, you notice there's something happening to the sun.
Oh.
As you look up, you start to see the beginnings of an eclipse.
What the fuck?
What the fuck indeed. What the fuck indeed. And it is at the peak of Into the Groove that the sun it becomes fully eclipsed. And it is in this twilight that all of the runes all the blue runes that are glowing are just seem ghostly in this arena.
This is some crazy shit, man.
It moves into a group song, and all the dance moves are referencing up towards the sun and the eclipse. And you can see
the groove is the eclipse.
The groove is the and you see a tablet that has a sun and moon pictograph on it, and the moon pictograph is glowing bright red now.
Excuse me.
Well, it's quite fine. But yes, it is. This is what. This is some magic is being worked here. You're not quite sure what.
Yep, I have no idea. I'm just in the zone, drinking
Just-
my hyper water. Maybe grabbing a handful of eggs, stuffing them down my face.
Oh yeah. You see Rhymeguard is talking with the chef and is arguing. And you can see on the perimeter guards are like kind of like walking around searching. And Rhymeguard is pointing at one of into the arena. And he's just like shaking his fist at the chef and is looking very dismayed and doesn't quite know what to do, because if you look, make me a quick perception check or investigation, whichever you want.
They're the same, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter. Oh my god, a dirty 20.
You follow his finger straight to a tablet, and on this tablet there is a bear pictogram. That is glowing blue, but is not glowing red yet.
I just keep playing. I just keep playing because I don't know what the fuck's going on, because I see that and then I'm like looking over at the cage and there's nothing in the cage. And I know that I didn't do shit. So
to quote Dr. Teeth in the Electric Mayhem from Muppet Treasure Island, a gig's a gig, man.
A gig's a gig. That is, yes.
So yeah, you're just playing. You're not in charge of the food. You're not in charge of the magic.
Nope,
you're just playing
I'm
the song. So yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Back to that. Give me another
Can I
context.
politely assume that because I drink the hyper water, it lowers my difficulty for the
I'll
how
I'll
is it?
I'll tell
What is
you
that?
what it does if that comes up.
Okay, okay, fine,
Hmm.
fine. Well, it's gonna come up because I just rolled a 1.
All right. Yes, it does. Yes, it
Okay.
does. That would make with your proficiencies an 8. So
It would
remember,
make an
these
8.
are these are
Good.
checks. These are not.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, fair. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
but that is an
Yeah.
8, which means as you're as you
I, the
near
the
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 end of
bear
this,
thing throws me off. Clearly.
it does throw you off, and you feel tired. Like you feel a level of exhaustion come upon you. So
Oh.
speaking character wise, this is a level of exhaustion. You're level 1 exhausted.
Okay.
However, your hyper water means that you are not affected by the negatives of this level of exhaustion. And to get into what
Okay.
the level of exhaustion is, let me just pull
Is
up
there
the
like
player's handbook. And while I do that, let's take a quick break. Also, coming up for Doyle and Cassie, Larry was able to get in contact with someone, and so that scene will be coming up right as we get back from the break. So, but let me start the music, and yeah, we'll be back in another 5. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Welp indeed. So, I guess I should ask, since we did talk about the order. Charlotte, do you want to reveal the order as we
Yes.
go? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I will preface this. I won't give them the name of the playlist or anything. So once we're done with revealing the order of the songs and stuff, there is a playlist that we have made on Spotify for this that we will share with you. So that everyone can have this as, like, I guess if you want to do your own little jazzercise routine at home or in the gym or wherever you do. Yeah, there you go. We've made one for you. We'll tell you what it is once we start revealing more of what
The
the songs
actual
are.
length of the playlist will be 52 minutes.
Which is much less, significantly less than an hour, than 12 hours. 12 hours of jazzercise. Jesus.
Better.
Much better, much better. But over the course of 12 consecutive sessions, you too can experience the cumulative amount of exercise that these ice giants have been experiencing. Meanwhile, back in the sort of hidden tent, Larry has finally made contact with his friends, who you can hear over the comms in their similar sort of Canadian dialect, Canadian Colabert dialect. They're speaking sort of jargon sometimes, but they're checking in on how he's doing. There is many apologies back and forth, like, oh, sorry you lost you in the blizzard. Oh no, sorry, I got myself lost. Oh no, sorry we didn't see you after that, you were missing for a little bit. Oh no, sorry I went missing. Just sort of back and forth. But they do come sort of triangulate. Larry tells them that they're at the Ice Giant sort of dance ritual, stone earthworks. The rest of the Colabears sort of acknowledge that, and they say that they can be there in about an hour or two, moving really fast. They're going to bring sort of a caravan of snowmobiles. The plan is to create enough of a distraction to get everyone out. Before the ritual is complete. And they say that it is important to do it before the ritual is complete, or else it's going to be really hard to not necessarily get away from the giants. It's going to be really hard to get them to stop anything.
I will relay this through the comms as I did before. Like, be prepared to run before this ends. Like, we have been advised that this should not end, so be prepared to run before.
Okay. It is entering. What is it now? What's the next song, and what is it hour 8 or not? I've lost track.
We did we did Smooth Criminals over.
No, Smooth Criminals coming up.
Okay, and that's hour 8. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Smooth Criminals coming up.
Hour 8.
Into the scene, doing a dance, I guess, similar to Michael Jackson, is this robed giant who is dressed to sort of who has a mask on, and he's doing this. It's similar to, like, it's a lot of mask work, but he's giving off the impression that he's like a sort of trickster or some sort of thief, like character, and you can see the glyph of a dagger in a pictogram underneath the two brothers is now glowing. Or the two, well, it could infer the brothers sort of pictogram, the two giants that are back to back. It is now glowing red.
Okay.
And yeah, that song happens. The eclipse, by the way, is far over now. I mean, they don't, generally speaking, they don't last very long, right?
Yeah.
Like, but
That's true. You're right. That's true.
This is coming into the next hour, so go ahead and give me another con check.
Okay. That's yep, back to 23.
Well, shit. Okay, good. Damn, you were rolling excellently. No, that's bravo to you and your dice, like, especially like, holy shit. That is fantastic, because I have not.
Okay. I rolled all the ones for you.
I have not been making this easy.
For the team. Thank you, Sam.
Well, Sam, why don't you give Cassie another shot? Because it is, after getting this, it's going to be, I guess, pertinent that you figure out.
Oh boy! So
What
would the bears giving us information give any kind of bonus there? Like,
yes, that would be a helpful thing. Let's go. They kind of giving you a help action. So yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Thank God.
I know.
Didn't help that much, but that's a 12.
Okay. A 12 is enough to gain this. This is, whatever magic is happening here is transmutation magic. It is this aura that is affecting the giants directly. You can actually see, Ivy, I will say that you can start to see yourself glow a little bit.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I've watched Full Metal Alchemist before.
They're gonna turn you into a giant.
And maybe, you never know. I mean, it's transmutation magic. Anything can happen. Well, within the laws of transmutation, but still.
Either that, or they're gonna turn you into a bear. So
yeah, one or the other could be bad.
And then eat you.
Don't be so paranoid, you guys.
But you, I will say that as you're playing, the giants, as they glow, they start to seem more aggressive in their dancing and in their facial expressions and even their emotions.
You've seen every single black cat tonight.
Oh my God, we have.
Yours just wandered behind you, yeah.
Oh, my
all
Lord.
3 of them.
Yep, there she is. Jesus. Well, that's a cat trick.
That's a good omen.
That is a good omen. Hey, it's boding well so far. Nothing so far has gone bad so far. I say that. Why did I say that? Anywho, yes, Smooth Criminal is now over, and you're transitioning into the next song. What is that?
It's The Bat Dance by Prince. Yeah. It's kind of a deep cut.
That is a deep
cut.
If
you watch the music video on YouTube, it's incredible. It's a 6.5-minute song that was made for the Tim Burton Batman movie.
Oh my God.
And the entire music video is on like a giant sound stage, and like Prince is dressed up as like half Joker, like you just have, and there's just, you just have to watch it. There's some ridiculous like modern dance Batman people. It's so good.
All right, no, that's on my. Well, then that's on my.
I'll link it to the chat later.
That's amazing.
But it's very like it has lots of different like it goes in different places, but it has kind of like a little like it has like the funk undertone to it. There's some kind of like you can definitely like feel some like voguing vibes. There's like some it's fierce. It's fierce.
Fantastic. And equally as fierce is the dancer, who not necessarily walks into the arena, but kind of it's a giant hunched over with a cane, and she has this ponytail. It's an elderly giant. She has this ponytail with many knots in it, and it drags along behind her as she walks. And she gets to the center, and she just does this it's this crone. She just does this knobbly sort of like twisty sort of dance that is not necessarily her bouncing rhythmically, but just moving. And you can see that there is another symbol, pictogram, that starts glowing red, and it is a figure of an elder. It is a pictogram of an elderly figure that is sort of hunched over, with a cane that is just glowing, and it's oddly it's not it's oddly a little creepy, but also just like intimidating, because as she's dancing, the magic is sort of pouring into her, and you can see that she's beginning to kind of foam at the mouth a little bit, and her eyes glow a little red. And indeed, Ivy, make myself a wisdom saving throw. Make yourself a wisdom saving throw for me, I should say. That's what I mean.
If I don't have a saving throw in wisdom, it's just
your flat wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier. Yeah. Okay. A 7.
Okay. You are struck by a weird anger.
Oh.
Not like you're mad at any one thing in particular, but it's more the energy of the emotion is sort of starting to flow through your body and into your music, and you don't recognize this as like a natural thing, but you're mentally inclined to ride with it.
Okay.
And it feels good.
That's interesting, because that'll make the next song kind of bizarre, but that's fine.
No, that's hey, let's get weird. Fuck it. What is the next song?
It's Dancing on the Ceiling by Lionel Richie.
Oh my god. What?
Which is just such a kind of like feel good, just like groovy, it's like we're in hour 10. We gotta get a little dip before coming back up. So we're kind of just gonna like be laid back for this one.
Oh my god. Yeah, and it would no, that's fair. That's fair.
And if I'm feeling aggressive energy, somehow that like does something to the song, I guess, to my playing of the song.
It is at that you notice some of the giants are like are making room for the oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Are making room for the a sort of a litter that has a bunch of food on it.
Oh no.
And you can see it's not a bear. It's just a pile of fried penguins. At this point, it is a pile of fried penguins that are on what on what is like a large platter that probably should have held a polar bear. But all of the giants, some of the giants are like kind of disjointed at this, and they're like looking, and Reimgard is like kind of like crossing
On
his
edge.
fingers, and he's looking at the bear pictogram, and it is kind of flickering red. It is kind of flickering red.
I did nothing.
Mhm.
They watched me this whole time. I have not stopped playing the fucking music.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, that is true. That is true.
I have not stopped.
But sort of like you feel like if one thing goes, it starts glowing faintly. But I will
I mean,
say,
the next song is gonna be a gear shift, so hopefully that'll
now you feel like now the magic is at stake here.
Fuck! Okay, I gotta do some shit. I gotta
what would you
like
like to do?
I feel like I should spend a point of inspiration or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, that's for a role. Well, I feel like I need to do like some type of performance. I need to add something
Yeah.
to get people back in.
Okay.
Like,
okay, yeah, because the vibe's off, man.
the
Vibe is
vibes
off.
are off. Like, all right, I'm looking at my powers again because I could
Sure,
do
sure.
the shooting dazzle beams again.
Okay. While you're doing that, Doyle, Cassie, Cassie, upon further studying of these and like just more observation over time, over this immense amount of time that you have spent, um, it is while you're sitting down at like your sort of evening meal because the day is sort of waning on. You realize that this transmutation magic is meant to throw these giants into a sort of berserk mode. Like it is basically a mass casting of the spell in rage.
Why would they want to do that?
Because they're giants and that's what they do.
So giants, and that's what they do. It's a pretty
They're
simple.
jazzercise barbarians.
What's their goal? Like, what do they want?
Go into a frenzy, have a good time, battle.
Mm-hmm. But it is now that this is not. It is. They are why. I will tell you that when you figure that out, Larry basically concurs and tells you that they are wild during this. It is unpredictable what they do. Sometimes they kill one another, but they will definitely kill anything on sight. And he worries even for the safety of your friend.
Oh, Jesus.
Should we like interrupt this thing somehow?
I mean, I radioed saying to be ready to go before it ends. So like I think that maybe an interruption is called for, but maybe we should use the bear's diversion for part of it. If possible.
And as we're moving into hour 11,
Yeah.
yes, the
Here we
the bear cavalry does sort of arrive. They have. You start to see the giants at the perimeter, Ivy, sort of look as they're like raising their spears and pointing outwards. But make me your next Constitution check.
Okay, yeah. So Constitution save, and then I'll tell you what like my plan is. I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's an 18.
Okay.
So do you want to hear my like plans?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me your plans.
Okay, so I want to do like because I can do air 2 is shooting lightning out and in like a 10-foot thing, and
Mhm.
Dazzle 2 is like a radiant thing.
Mhm.
So I want to like shoot them out
Mhm.
like as like a display
Okay.
and like to use that to help transition me to the next song.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay.
And then whatever your roll is, I need you to subtract 2 from the total.
Back to okay.
Mhm.
15.
Okay. And that's with your other bonuses included, correct?
Yeah, so it's so the plus 4 so I rolled a 13
Mhm.
plus 4 performance is 17
Mhm.
minus 2 is 15.
All right. So, yeah, you do shoot that out, and as you shoot that out, you feel another wave of exhaustion hit you.
Okay.
Just bare. You've been playing for 10 full hours. You're entering an 11th hour. You haven't eaten. Well, no, you have picked at the eggs, I should say,
I
but
picked up the eggs. Yeah, I picked up
like,
the eggs.
come on. As you do this, Rhymeguard just full on chucks a fried penguin at you.
The fuck?
He chucks a fried penguin at you.
Oh, for me to eat? I thought as like a boo.
No. It seems like he's throwing you a piece of.
He's
Yeah.
not like bah!
No. It's literally just
like
chucking it.
okay.
Yeah, just lobbing a fried penguin at you. Make a dexterity saving throw to catch it.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you catch it. Easy peasy. Oh, wait. Is that with everything in the minuses?
Oh, I have to minus it? Minus 2?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a 14. Yeah, you still be able to catch it. Yes.
It's 14, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you catch it. But it's like, oh, God. You can eat this, and it will, I guess it'll help you feel better, but you'll still be exhausted.
So I have 2 points of exhaustion, but I'm only being affected by 1.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Mm-hmm,
So I'll just okay. I'm gonna keep the 1 point of exhaustion written down just so that I know.
Yes. That is technically correct. Just so we are clear, we are doing the 2024 rules on exhaustion, not the old version. These are different. Everything gets affected at the same time, but at different rates, right? So for this one, your the levels it's the same, like death at 6 levels of exhaustion, right? But for D20 tests, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level. So if you hadn't drank the hyper water, it would have been -4 for every roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Your speed is reduced by 5 feet. It would have been 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it's the same thing to remove exhaustion levels, which every time you finish a long rest, 1 exhaustion level is removed. So at the end of it would take you 2 long rests to get
and take me 2 days to
yes.
Unless I
which
get a
is
third
appropriate.
exhaustion for my final roll of
which would be almost disastrous. We hope. Well, we'll see. But
so this song,
mm-hmm.
the 11th hour, the 11 o'clock number
Mm-hmm.
is "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go."
No way. Oh my god. I love that. Oh my god. Wake me up before you go go. Perfect. Very good. It is another group dance. This is the younger giants, as sort of the older giants sort of take back, and they are doing a they're doing a sort of like interwoven sort of dance, as like a almost like it's almost like they partner up sometimes, and then they switch partners in between some of the routines. But it is a group dance, and you can see the pictogram of these giants in these figures in a circle holding hands are no, it wouldn't be that one. It wouldn't be. Well, yeah, it would be that one. Is now glowing red. They look smaller than the other figures, like in terms of scale, but you can imply that this is like a pictogram for children, representing children or community. Now, as they do this, second. Oh. Oh no.
Right.
One of the polar bears on a snowmobile. You see a giant throw a spear, flies through the air, nails this polar bear, gets knocked off the snowmobile. Snowmobile is now careening wildly through the camp, and it lands into the arena.
No.
All of the giants are now alerted. How do you react, Ivy?
I keep playing because I feel like if I'm this fucking tired, I had one more hour left. I have got to finish this out. Like I'm like so one track mind, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. So yes, and Rhymeguard comes up to you and says, "You have to keep playing. The magic ritual must be finished, or we will be shamed and cursed for years to come."
I got you, man.
We will handle these intruders and interlopers, and we will murder them, and we will eat them.
Okay, thank you for the penguin.
You're very welcome. Meanwhile, Cassie and Doyle, what are you two doing? The professor and Penelope have already packed up everything to get ready to like hop on join these polar bears. The polar bear. God, I keep doing it myself. Join this group, your rescue. But what is your sort of plan here?
I mean, I'm thinking Doyle's going to be going to that tunnel to try and get Ivy out, and going to be radioing to Ivy. Remember, we can't let this ritual end properly, or there will be bigger problems. We need to go. Like, be ready to make a break for it when I'm in position.
You said that to me on the intercom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna see if I can get maybe Larry, as I actually know his name, to go with me as like reinforcements, backup, sort of prepare at the entrance of this tunnel to get Ivy out as needed.
Yeah, no, he will gladly go. Cassie, what are you doing?
I was trying to figure out if it would be worth it for me to be like an emergency getaway for somebody because I have Thunderstep
Thunderstep.
as one of my
Thunderstep's a great
spells.
spell.
So it if somebody is having a hard time getting out of there, I can just grab them and magic us away, basically.
Okay. Zen has also made his way back to you all. Like, he has been there. I will say this hours ago, he has made it there and has been available to help, and we'll probably go with Doyle to assist with whatever. But there is a battle ensuing outside, and as you enter into hour 12, here, that happened sort of at the end of hour 11. As you enter into hour 12, there are still some giants dancing. There is one pictograph that has not been lit up, and it is the sun pictograph. What is the final song?
We built this city.
How fucking perfect. How fucking perfect. That's amazing. Wow, that couldn't have happened any better. Any better. Yeah, because literally they 1 second. I think it. Yeah, they. Well, anywho, they. Yes, I think that would be perfect. So, um, it 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 is the Giants have kind of gone back to most of the Giants um are fighting now, but Reimgard is steadily pointing to one giant in the center to keep dancing and to dance his fucking heart out. And he's doing this just it's barely dance. It's just full on just like rage vibing, really. Um, as you are beginning this song, and the sun pictogram begins to glow. Uh, but uh, I need you to make me another uh,
Come on,
check.
bitch. I mean, if I
And-
roll low, I'm going to use my point of inspo to roll again.
Okay. Yeah.
I should probably roll again. It's a 16.
I would roll again.
That's much better. 25.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to tell you that for the last 4 hours of this, you have needed to make above a 20.
Wow. Okay. Shit. Well, there
Like
you
I
go.
set the cap at 20.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's because of my +7.
It's because of your +7. Like that's insane. You've been rolling so
that's
damn
why.
well.
Because my Constitution is my highest stat, and then you gave me the proficiency bonus.
Well, yeah, yes. That's
Thank you. I would not have made all. I would
Like,
not have made all of those.
that's crazy.
Otherwise.
No, you would have been exhausted. That's crazy. No, you've
Yeah.
rolled very well. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. Okay, well there you go. That you will probably even if
Only 2 days of recovery.
I mean even if the worst happens and you die a crazy death, they will probably still sing about your crazy 12-hour marathon that you have managed to sit through with them. But anyway, you will be sung about in songs of the Ice Giants. Definitely, this is a legendary feat.
For Ivy. Love that for her.
But the even some of the band members are kind of worried. I also need you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, for sure. 12.
Okay. You are enraged. And it is a special kind of enrage. This has you actually let me message you this. This would be better just to message you than anything else. 1 second, Charlotte.
Yep. Thank you.
There's more specifically.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, this is just specifically mechanics wise what this means.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. and that is on at the at the slightest hint of actually let me
Interaction of
mm-hmm,
interaction.
mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Hold on. Hold on.
And I'll let you know when you can do that. The very last bit.
I had a question. I asked you a question.
Oh yes. Sorry for all the kind of secretive stuff behind. Just wanted to
Yes, now
clarification.
it's very vampire. We're very vampire right now. Very white wolf. Excuse us. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yep.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. So, the koala bears are kind of this is from Doyle and Cassie's point of view. The koala bears are kind of getting a little overwhelmed. They just simply sent a distraction party, and they are desperately trying to seek a way to get you all out of this. What they brought like maybe 12 bears on snowmobiles that can carry other people. They're down to 10 now.
Mm. I imagine Doyle's radioing Ivy, being like, "Hey, it's time to go. Do you have something flashy you can do to cover your exit? Straight back, 100 yards at most. Like, get here as soon as you can, and we have an escape route planned."
Gotta finish my song, man.
If you finish your song, nobody gets out of this alive.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that these giants are going to go into a rage. They're going to kill all of your bear friends, and we're not going to be able to escape them.
The bears aren't my friends.
Okay, so we clearly have another problem. I radio to the rest of the group. Ivy is no longer with us. She has joined the giants. We either kidnap her or abandon her. I vote kidnap.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Should I just run in and thunderstep her away from there?
Yes, actually, that would be perfect. If you thunderstep her into this tunnel that we've made.
Oh,
Let me just read the stats on this.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful
that's a
one.
nice spell.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Wait, so
really
you're
glad
casting it on me? Or like,
So it's like Misty Step, but I can take someone with me, and also
Oh.
it does damage to anyone within 10 feet of where we are disappearing from.
okay. Okay.
So it would just be like you and I would teleport away, and if anybody is within 10 feet of us, they would take thunder damage.
Okay.
Sam, if you could please read off aloud the wording of that spell for me one more time.
Okay. You teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range.
Okay.
Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The thunder can be heard from up to 300 feet away. And
So
then
are
it just
you
says like, that I can bring objects and people with me.
is the idea that you're gonna come up to me and then use it, like grab me and use
Yeah,
it?
I have to
Okay.
get to you,
And
grab you, and then cast it.
what is
Okay.
the wording? Could you read aloud the wording of the clauses regarding taking objects and people with you, please?
Yes. Okay. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also teleport one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell, and there must be an unoccupied space within 5 feet of your destination space for the creature to appear in, otherwise, the creature is left behind. So, willing being the operative word.
Okay.
So,
Thank
we
you
have
very
to
much.
convince.
I might
We have.
have a loophole.
Oh,
So you can carry a willing creature that is carrying up to its carrying limit. So you can take the polar bear Larry, who is carrying Ivy.
That's
Assuming
actually
Adam
funny.
allows my absolute nonsense to fly.
Honestly, that's funny. That
my
is
God.
funny. I mean, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. That is a crazy loophole. We'll see what
that was funny.
happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This does give an interaction that is, I think, is fair to everyone, including Charlotte and Ivy's role play here. So I think that I think this can work. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Do you want to thunderstep the polar bear?
Cola
Yeah.
bear.
Cola,
Yeah.
thank you. The
Polar
cola bear.
bear, right?
All right.
I think that's the plan.
All right. You get that interaction. There is a a thunderous boom as you thunderstep Larry to Ivy. They have to make those saving throws, right? Okay. Well, the
Wait,
giants.
wait.
Well, I was
No, no.
saying that
Reverse.
Larry
Yeah.
and Cassie run to Ivy. Larry picks
Oh.
up Ivy as
And
his
then we
carry
thunderstep away.
capacity load,
Okay.
and then yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, then Larry's going to attempt to grapple you, Ivy.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
This is a strength contest. So let me see. Creature can grapple another creature.
I would hope the bear is stronger than you.
Yeah, I mean my strength is very very mediocre. So
This is fine.
does he just have to beat my armor class? Like, how does this work?
Yes. Essentially, he makes an unarmed strike, and then there is
I have a flavoring question.
Yeah, go ahead. Flavoring
Oh, no.
question.
To make this really sick.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said they're riding snowmobiles, right?
They are. They are riding snowmobiles.
Can we grab one of the snowmobiles, ride it up to her, like zoom through the camp, slide, like,
Oh my god.
cut the wheel and slide it directly in front of Ivy.
Are you doing another
then
grip it and whip it? I love it.
Yeah, we're doing a grip it and rip it. And then he grabs her, throws her over his shoulder. I cast Thunderstep, and we're gone.
Okay.
And then so there's this boom, and there's just this snowmobile coasting by that people will think still has them.
That's okay.
That's really smart.
All right. Okay. Yeah, sure. You zoom on. He's gonna make basically a strength, an unarmed strike on Ivy. That's gonna work. Ivy is. I don't think a 22 is.
No, but I'm gonna kick and scream.
No, of course, of course, you do
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a chance to escape. You absolutely do have a chance to escape.
Yeah.
Um.
So, okay, we're gonna okay. Addendum. We're gonna ride up to her on the snowmobile. He's gonna scoop her up. We're gonna ride the snowmobile to the furthest edge of the bowl that we can. And as we are about to hit the edge of the bowl, I cast Thunderstep, and we're gone. And the snowmobile hits the edge of the bowl. and we're fucking gone.
Oh my god.
We vanish into thin air. They have no idea where we went.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ivy, I need you to, after he rolls that attack to hit you, I need you to, you can choose a strength or dexterity saving throw.
I don't have either, so I guess I'll just roll dex because I'll just do dex. Ooh. A 12.
Oh yeah, you're grappled. Yeah, you're grappled. You're grappled and bear hugged. So you thunderstep. You're luckily you're still holding on to your keytar. The
I just picture
keytar
the snowmobile
unplugs.
flying out of the
Yes.
bowl.
Mm-hmm. There's a huge cut in the like a static like shut off cut.
All right,
from
because
the
the
speakers.
auxiliary cord probably gets yanked out.
Mm-hmm. It gets yanked out. The keytar goes with you. All you hear are the drums and the horns that sort of quit. And then the snowmobile careens through the sky, like flying past the face of one of the giant still dancing, and it slams into one of the stone tablets.
Oh my god.
I was just frantically searching my notes for an item we had picked up that could destroy one of those, and we don't have anything.
And oh no.
I think a snowmobile will do it.
A snowmobile
I hope
would
so.
do it. It's got to meet the 1 second. Oh, it meets. Yeah, the snowmobile cracks the stone tablet, and there is a surge of magical energy, and then there's like a force wave from the center of this arena, which is extremely powerful. Snow billows everywhere. Some of the tents are knocked down. Some of the giants fall to their feet.
And they also
prone.
take thunder damage.
And they also take thunder damage. Right.
Yeah, the
Right,
ones that are close to us.
Close. Yeah, how much thunder damage do they take?
It's 3d10 if they fail a constitution saving throw. If they succeed, it's half of that.
The ones that were near you do fail, so you can go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, 3d10. That's 16 thunder damage.
Yeah. Okay. Ouch. Let me type that down. Okay. Yeah. So they're holding. All the music cuts out. The force wave basically silences everybody, and you just hear now the horns of battle. A battle cry. And I guess Ivy, you thunderstep with Larry back to wherever you are. And the giants don't know where you are yet, but like, you are, I guess, about to make your way to a couple of snowmobiles that have pulled off to the side in order to, extract you from this situation.
Has enough time passed where I should do another check?
Yes, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
A 3.
You are definitely still affected. In fact,
can we give some sort of help action by, kidnapping?
you can I guess you can maybe try a persuasion check.
I'll try that.
What do you have to beat?
It's not necessarily that. Well, just roll it, and then I'll tell you.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah!
You make a convincing argument, but it is not. It is
not going to break through the magic. I get that, but
yeah, this is you're running up against something magical.
Yeah.
So Ivy would perceive this as a friendly interaction.
Okay. Fine.
The most positive friendly interaction, but it doesn't end the condition. And you're still grappled by this polar bear, and that is definitely not a friendly thing.
Like, yeah, no,
that is, so you can make this polar bear, you fucking hate it now. You can make an attempt to get out of this grapple if you so want to.
Yeah. What am I rolling? Dex, I guess.
A strength. This is a contested. Well, no, it's not contested. This is a strength or dex saving throw.
All right, I'll do Dex.
Mhm.
19.
Yeah, that would definitely get out of the grapple. You are ungrappled now.
I ungrapple, and I attack the bear.
All right. Well, then we'll get into that next session.
I won't be here next session.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's okay. We have 6 minutes left. Because I know any sort of combat.
This may not last long.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, we'll just do you and the bear. So go ahead and attack the bear.
Okay.
Make this quick and dirty.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, literally, I think it's like if I just want to like fight, I'm just okay. I'll like bludgeon, like just try to hit it with my keytar.
Yeah, sure.
Shit. What do I add for this? I can never remember how this stuff. Plus this to attack. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I miss. It's a 9.
9. Yeah, no, it's you're not able to. You're just thudding against just sheer meat and bone.
Yeah,
like it is. It's ineffective. And you hear him say, "Oh no, she's caught the magic, eh?"
Yeah, I don't think we have a way to cancel that unless Cassie has some sort of dispel magic.
Oh no. I mean, that could be possible.
I don't think I do, but
he is going to try and grapple you again, and he's also that's basically, he's not going to try and do that, but you can not going to try and hit you, I should say. Let me say arm strike. What's his? All right.
I don't have anything like that.
That's a dirty 20. To.
I'm grappled.
Well, he hits you. You need to make that strength or dex saving throw to be grappled again.
Oh, wait. Is that a? Damn it! I got 21.
21. Yeah, you've evaded him. He's like, well, come here, you little scamp. And he's all right. You can make that wisdom saving throw again. Also,
great. Damn it! A 7.
You're still angry. You're still very angry.
Stupid. All right, I try to hit him again with my keytar.
Go ahead.
Okay, an 11. I could think I'm not rolling well anymore.
Yeah, no, that's 11
Should
total.
I start with my stun baton? Try to stun her?
If you want to, that is fully within your rights. An 11 total will miss. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna come up behind her and be like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, but we really gotta go." And I'm just gonna gently poke her with my stun baton, just as gently as I can.
Oh my god! Go ahead, roll to hit.
That's a 15.
Oh, I'm a 16 armor class.
Oh, wait. Do I add something to that?
Yeah,
you add your proficiency and your melee attack. So
then it's at least an 18 because I have a plus 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm sorry, but we really gotta get out of here.
Roll damage on it.
Okay.
This is stun
the
baton.
Stun baton is 1d4.
Oh, no.
It is 1d4 bludgeon and 1d4 lightning.
Yeah. I have 58 points. I have 58 hit points. I'll be fine.
I don't know if bludgeoning is appropriate because I'm just kind of poking you with it.
I mean, yeah, it's whatever you want to do. However you want to attract the ire.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. 7 points of damage.
But I would also be okay with if it just is the 4 lightning damage, but also stuns her temporarily as well, if that's an option.
Unless there's a special feature on the stun baton.
I don't think so. I think it's just a regular stun baton.
Yeah, it's just the damage. Then no, you just damage her, but Ivy knows it's happening now. So let me see. Combat orders: Polar Bear, Ivy, Cassie. So Polar Bear.
The polar bear, yeah.
Yep. Goes to grapple one more time. That is fucking. You don't even have to throw it. He just can't hit. It is Ivy's turn. You can.
Well, I should do another wisdom saving.
You do that at the end of your turn. The end of your
Oh, I
turn.
do it at the end. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, because I got stunned from behind and actually took damage, I have to turn around and attack you.
Yeah.
Sam, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It happens.
But I'm just using this. I'm just, whipping the guitar around. This is terrible. Okay. I think I miss. A 15?
Is it my AC?
It's your AC.
And my AC is a 12, so that
Oh
It
no!
hits. So no. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. 1d8. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's okay. I have 45 points
Okay.
of
Okay.
health.
Okay.
So.
All right. Now you can make
And
your.
then I
wisdom
make a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason that Doyle hasn't stepped into this, and that's because that would have been a third of my health from any of these attacks.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16 passes. You are now unenraged.
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, you're fully aware of what you've done.
No, I know. That's me being like,
no time. Get on the snowmobile.
Oh my god!
Yep, we're out. Let's go down the tunnel before they find us.
Holy shit!
All right. You all do you hop on the snowmobile, Ivy? Okay. Yeah, you hop on the snowmobile.
And then after we all get into the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
if I can get in last, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the opening of the tunnel to collapse it behind us so that they can't follow us.
Yeah, you do so. You do so. You are speeding in this darkened tunnel now. You come to the other end of the opening, where you're joined by the remaining 8 snowmobiles of the 12 that had accompanied the cavalry, the bear cavalry as it was. And they are in formation with you in a Delta V formation, just going back, as the giants are in hot pursuit trying to chase you. The bears kick it into high gear, and eventually you do leave them behind. But there is much wailing and gnashing of teeth from the giants as one flings a hand axe, and by hand axe I mean it's a fucking giant battle axe, in your direction, and it whips through the air, lands right in front of your snowmobile, at just blade pointing at you, and Larry's just able to dodge it super quick. But yeah, and that is the blizzard kicks up as we built this city on rock and roll fades away for the audience. And insanity. You have made, I don't know if you made an enemy or a friend. I guess it depends. Well, you know what? It could be interesting.
No, because I have thoughts. I have thoughts because they saw me. It looked like I was kidnapped and I was fighting back.
Yeah,
and then all
that's
of a sudden
true.
I'm on the mobile. So
That's true.
They think I'm kidnapped, which means I think I have allies with. I have plans.
You do have plans. No, I don't think this could have ended a better way.
And they think you were kidnapped by bears, so most of the party can still be with you and not be suspicious.
Yeah,
because you were kidnapped by bears, and we're not bears.
I
have never owned a snowmobile in my life.
Brilliant. Yeah. I love that. That's a great, wonderful session, everyone. All right. Well, at the conclusion of this fantastic ritual that we have gone through, for tonight. I want to thank you all for watching, for continuing to watch, and if you're catching up on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the videos there. This has been another wonderful session of the SpellCast Sunset Grid. I believe we will see you next week, next Wednesday, same time. I'll have to double check with availability once again, but we'll keep everyone up to date, and we'll keep sending out on social media, Blue Sky. That's where we mainly are. And Tara's been posting some of her art on Instagram as well, on our page, as well as her page, Adventure for Art. Don't forget, we're still running the fundraiser for the Transgender Law Center. I know I've been sort of into the session. I forgot to mention that, but please, if you do and can, please click on that little donate button and give some to the cause. Is much greatly appreciated, especially in these times. And I just want to thank you all for watching, and thank you all for a wonderful session. Charlotte, Sam, Pat, thank you, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.